Hi, okay, here is an all core workout. Very simple movements just focused on strengthening your core muscles, okay? We are going to start with a baby crunch. So not a lot of movement here. You're just gonna lie flat on your back and we're gonna take your hands behind your head and let your head rest in your hands. And then for 30 seconds, we're just gonna brace our core right here and we're going to lift our shoulder blades off of the floor while using our core to do so, not your neck. So we're not like pulling our head forward. We're keeping our head just resting lightly in our hands, keeping our abs braced the whole time. Nice and slow. And then the last one right here, and then you're gonna come all the way up and we're gonna go into a hollow hold. So a couple ways you can modify this. Obviously to keep your feet on the ground is one. And instead of having your hands behind you, you could brace and put your hands on the floor. Now, at any time if you feel this in your lower back, the modification I would go with would be to keep your feet on the floor and keep your torso a little bit more upright instead of leaning back so far, okay? So 30 seconds here, or if you start to feel anything in your lower back, then you can stop. But try here with your feet off the ground and your arms up. And then as you get stronger, you can increase to like this position here. But right now to start, you can just take your hands behind your head, and I'm just barely resting on my tailbone and balancing on my tailbone, and I'm feeling that work. But my core isn't the strongest. You've got about 10 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, now I want you to go over to your bench and you're going to take a seat on the edge of your bench, and you can take your hands behind your hips, just like this, lean back, chest is lifted, and you are gonna take your feet together, one side to the other, okay? So I'm leaning back, and I'm just going to start by thinking about engaging all of these muscles from my pelvic floor all the way up, lift and lower. I'm just tapping my toes. I'm not pushing my feet into the ground and resting and transferring that weight there. Nope. I am lifting, tap, lift, tap, and lift. I guess I should look at the clock. Lean back, or to make it a little bit easier, you can sit up a little bit in a more of an upright position. Modification, if that's too hard, you can go boom, 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 boom. Right? Whew, 10 seconds. And done. Okay, the last exercise you're going to do is until we do it again, last exercise of the circuit is a side plank. So go ahead, elbow, I don't know, I just like to do this on my elbows. And you're gonna stack your feet. It might be hard to see my feet, but I'm gonna do it at a little angle so you can see my whole body, almost all my whole body. All right, so elbows right under the shoulder, and you're gonna lift your hips up. Option to stack your feet or to straddle your feet like this and stagger them. I'm gonna stagger. I'm lifting my right arm up to the ceiling and go. Pulling in your core. You don't want your hips to drop at any point. You want to keep them the same height, elevated the same height. If you feel them sinking down, you want to push them up a little bit higher. 5, 4, 3, 2, right into the other side. So just pivot your feet. Feet are stacked in the opposite direction. Keeping those hips lifted and relaxing your neck muscles. You want to keep your ear out of your shoulder on that side that you're planking on. Oh boy, 10 seconds to go. Lift, 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 lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, back to the beginning. All right, baby crunches. So go ahead on your back, take your hands, place them right behind your ears, and brace your core. Make sure your lower back is pressed into the ground or mat. That'll just go ahead and get your hips in the right position and go. And if you can and want to make it a little bit more challenging, you're just going to not rest at the bottom, so you're not going to lay all the way back and keep your shoulder blades to the ground. You just let the very base of those shoulder blades come back down to the ground, touch right back up. Remember, try not to let it be a neck exercise. You want your core to be doing all of this work. 3, 2, and 1. Hollow, hold. All right, come back up. Find your balance on your tailbone. And go. Balance, balance. Shoulders are back. Really relaxed all through here. Take my hands back behind me a little bit. Extend your legs if you're feeling like you are really strong and can maintain it for another 10 seconds. Everything's drawn in. Your belly button is cinched in, but you're still able to breathe. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. You can tell I don't do a lot of core work or like specific core work. Okay. All right. Legs together, oblique lifts and whatever you want to call these. Oblique leg drops, that's what we're calling them. All right, lean back, chest is lifted, and go, 30 seconds. Try to get it all the way to one side. And if you're doing this on the floor, maybe just put like a weight on the bottom or in the middle, and you can lift and lower your legs over the weight. Sorry, I forgot to mention that little modification. Three, 2, and 1. All right, side plank. Here we go. 30 seconds. Lie your hand flat and just find something you can focus on. Keeping your hips elevated. 3, and 2, and 1. Other side. Right into it. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And pull the hip up and pull the core in. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, one more time. Can we do it? Starting with those baby crunches. If you need a little extra rest, you can kind of pause the video and take a little bit longer of a rest. But if not, let's get right into it. Ready? And lift. Think about making this just a core exercise. It's not a very big movement. It's a small, like micro movement. And 5 seconds and you'd be done with this one. Move right into our hollow hold and come up to that hollow hold. 3, 2, 1, and go. No, I'm not finished with my workout, although it seems like I am. Relax, take your feet, challenge yourself, lift your feet up a little bit higher or extend your knees. A little bit more extension. And drop my arms. Feels a little weird. Kind of some like nerve weirdness in my right arm. All right, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, either stay on the ground if you don't have a bench or access to a bench, or hop out of that bench. All right, 30 seconds starts now, and go. See if you can just barely tap your toes down, not your heels, your toes, and right back up. After this one, you just have 1 more minute of work, and then you are done, done, done. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, get set up for your side plank. Ready, and go. Ooh, I'm just gonna have to focus on something. Keep breathing. Ten seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch sides and go. Last 30 seconds. Last 10 seconds. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Draw everything in. Keep the hips lifted. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, now get into that tabletop position, and we're gonna go into a cat-cow. So here, I'm gonna round that back. Oh, you hear that back pop? And then arch back here. Look up at the ceiling a couple more times. And done. Okay, all right, so hope you enjoyed and were able to get through this. And each time you do it, hopefully you'll feel stronger and stronger.